I'm going to talk you through how to do a squat. Now it doesn't matter whether you're doing a squat with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or a barbell on your back or on your front even. The way you squat is typically very, very similar. And I'm going to show you the fundamentals and then show you the differences. So first things first, when we squat, we have to find the right position for us. So for some people, the correct position for them is toes pointing forwards just past shoulder width apart, and when they squat, I'll show you from the side, and when they squat, they can squat perfectly. Now I can do it, but it's not very comfortable for me. The reason being I've got ankle issues and my flexibility isn't very good. So when I squat like that, it doesn't feel very comfortable, but it's very quad dominant, which a lot of people really like. Whereas if you're a little bit more inflexible and you feel like you're leaning forwards quite a lot when you squat, so like this, then we would want to do this fix, which is where we turn our toes out very slightly. Okay, so you can see this, very slight turned out toes. Then what we do when we squat is we force the knees out in line with the toes. So as we come down, we spread the knees, and you can notice I can go much lower. So if I show you from the side, with my toes turned out, I can get really low, all right? But I couldn't do that with my toes forwards. It's a lot more restricted, okay? And I have to put my arms out to help. So that's gonna be the intention, is the knees get spread. Now, a really common thing that happens when people squat is that the knees cave in. So they squat down, and then as they come up, they do this. So if we force the knees out really wide each time and engage our glutes, that can really help. So if you watch here, spread, drop, squeeze the glutes. Now, what a lot of people do when they go to squat is they lead with their knees first. So the first thing they do is they go like this, and then they try and sit down. Instead, what we want to do is slightly different. We want to imagine there's an invisible seat behind us, and we want to try and sit onto that seat, but instead of sitting on it and stopping on it, we just want to tap it, kind of like the toilet seat. So we're going to stick our bum back slightly, and we're going to drop, boom, like that. Down, drop. And you're just going to tap it each time, just like that. And then once you've got that nailed, that's when you can start to add more and more weight. So typically we would do like a 2 count down, so 2 seconds slow on the way down, and then 1 second up on the way up. So 1, 2, up, and then that's how we do it. So I'm going to show you with how this looks with a bar. So obviously normally you would do this with a squat rack. I would recommend not doing it with a barbell if you don't have a squat rack, because you have to do quite a complicated way of getting it onto your back. So we want to keep the tension in our upper back, whether you're doing it with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or with a bar. And then from there we're going to spread those knees, drop our bum and take a big deep breath in, squat, up, big deep breath in, squat, hips forward, squeeze the bum, all right? Now what we don't want to do is hyperextend when we do this, because this will just hurt our back. So instead, we pop the glutes like this rather than this, all right? So down, pop the glutes, and then you're all done.